I've told you guys before, I believe GB News to be compromised. And the only reason to keep watching it is Neil Oliver. The guy speaks the truth. He says what I think. Now, I believe GB News is compromised because they toe the line, the official narrative. They don't go against the grain when it comes to the jab. They refuse to have Tommy Robinson on as a guest. And they sack presenters for merely telling the truth. So apart from Neil Oliver, GB News isn't worth watching, is exactly the same as other mainstream media programmes, and a big disappointment really for its failure to live up to its promise of bringing us the truth. And their latest hiding of the truth, or not backing what someone says on their programme, is to do with David Starkey. Now, David Starkey is no stranger to controversy. He has been accused of being a racist. But of course, if you look into the context of everything he says, he is anything but. The cancel culture loving woke lefties just hate the guy for speaking the truth. So anyway, he was providing a commentary on the build-up to the coronation this weekend. And he said that one of the reasons that everything has gone wrong is because the government isn't interested. And then he said Prime Minister Rishi Sunak is not fully grounded in our culture. Now, of course, this has been jumped on by every lefty you can think of on social media and predictably used by them as racism. And this is what the left don't do. They don't look at context. Now, the reason David Starkey mentioned Rishi Sunak is because Rishi Sunak really doesn't seem interested. It is, after all, the first coronation since 70-odd years, and there should be a bit of a hoo-ha, especially by the government. Now, I know I've made videos where I clearly give you my dislike of King Charles, but I am a firm supporter of monarchy, and I've given you reasons why a couple of videos ago. Anyway, now when David Starkey mentioned that Rishi Sunak is not fully grounded in our culture, I think it's pretty easy to understand, but because Rishi Sunak is not Caucasian, the hyper-violent, hysterical lefties will always, on purpose, misconstrue any criticism as racism. Now remember, David Starkey is a historian. His expertise is the British monarchy, and he doesn't speak like you or I do. David Starkey has a wonderful way with words that don't just describe what he's trying to say, but paint a picture. And it's easy for thicko lefties to completely misunderstand what he's saying and take it the wrong way. Now, I know Rishi Sunak was born in Southampton. However, he isn't a Christian. Rishi Sunak is a Hindu, and Hindu is not the ingrained and historical religion in this country. And the coronation will not be conducted according to the Hindu faith. It would be if Charles had his way, mark my words. Rishi Sunak is also unelected. He is in the top office in this country, and not one person voted for him. His wife, a multi-billionairess, has non-dom status, and he carries a USA green card as backup. So for David Starkey to say that Rishi Sunak is not fully grounded in our culture, in British culture, I think that's a pretty accurate statement, and it's nothing about the colour of his skin. Now, GB News put this up on their Twitter account and then they deleted it. GB News deleted this tweet because they are compromised, because they have no backbone, because they knew exactly what David Starkey meant, but GB News didn't want to offend the usual lot, did they? So GB News isn't just compromised, it is cowardly. And in my view, by deleting this tweet, they completely shit on David Starkey. And if I was him for this, I wouldn't appear on their programme ever again. And there we go, that's my video. I hope you like. Please let me know what you think in the comments. And until the next time, I hope you have a great weekend. I will be watching the coronation. Though I dislike Charles, I still like the pomp and pageantry of it all. I like that kind of stuff. And that kind of stuff makes me proud to be British, because we do that stuff better than anyone else. And that's that. Look after yourselves, and Roger Trout.